My god, right, flashbang time first. Mostly flashbang time. And I will go to Duisburg first. Banned for a month, congratulations. That means you've done a lot of things to get banned previously in a short space of time, which is not good. How many? 92. This is normal amounts, not too bad. 20 stream streak curve. Big fan, big fan. Could this be our last admin on the CD road? Who knows? The same introduction. This is the last admin stream for me for the week, so if it updates for the remainder of the week, then yes, it will be. It's CD and Alps for now, yes. They are the two actual hotspots. There's a few others that have a couple dozen people, but it's not enough to warrant, you know, busy. Trust. That's really rinsing it for the video this time, aren't I? I just used like whatever from the reports, and then the intro just has to be different. Is this the last of my moderation streams on the CD road? Time to find out. And then by the time the video comes out, the update will be out. How about that? By the way, speaking of videos, there are now 2 videos for you to go and watch. Yesterday's drive in Illinois is now as a video, and then the one before that was the CD Road's Goodbye convoy. 2 videos for you to go and watch. You're being spoiled. I knew you'd merge close in front of them. Devs didn't make... Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, the Forza thing, probably. How's it going? Chezo, welcome in. Big fan. Prime, big fan. Luanda, welcome in. It's going well. How are you? How are you? To anyone that is in the TikTok chat, feel free, whenever someone comes in and joins and asks whether we're on 159, can you reply to them, help out and tell them, no, we're not? Because, as you can see, we're not, because this area wouldn't be here. I've turned my game down to 100% scaling as well, so you'll see some grainy lines, but doesn't matter for admin streams. It doesn't have to look good for an admin stream, eh? It doesn't. There's still an okay amount of people. Some of these people might be doing their last drive. Maybe again for the 5th time. Still a handful of people in the rest areas. They'll all change. I do wonder if there's going to be a large fuel station again somewhere, or a rest area again for them to all accommodate. Lobby, god damn it! Lobby's been on 159 the whole time. You've quote unquote abandoned TMP for now because you can't be bothered to downgrade again. I understand that. Relatable. Jezzo, think of the roses, big fan. Can't be asked. Fair enough. That's fair. It's not like with some Minecraft launchers and such where you can have different instances of the game and you can just swap between them whenever you want, or 2 installations of GTA, for example. 150 people. Now hang on, I just want to, so I get my definitions correct. Okay, so 150 people in the Swiss part. Are you sure? People have started actually going there now? Because that is another one, another potential. If you spread out between the Alps and the Swiss part, possibly. Hello, Jet2, big fan. Big fan. You're at the Swiss part. Of course you are. Blandon, you'd be there all the time, eh? You said it's horrible with 150 plus. I wonder if you mean the normal Alps part, which is not called the Furka Pass. But that'd be very impressive if already people had swapped and I didn't know. Huh? Hello, Potato Big Fan. Hello, Scotsman. You're not bored of playing it for years now? I'm not streaming it every single day. I stream it for a very short space of time, and I pad out my entertainment with things that are nothing to do with this game. I watch people play other things. It's fun. 2 hours is not much. You can still get a lot out of a 2-hour stream. demonstrated by yesterday. I didn't even use the entire VOD for the video. Easy. Different types of terrain, yes. Frankfurt to TMP HQ is another potential. If we say Frankfurt to Prague, just assume that it includes Frankfurt to TMP HQ, because then you can basically go straight along and get to it. You know, you can continue. Alex, we don't know. Dover to Lille. Crashed into a car? Well. The Swiss one, I believe, is the one that... Well, while we're waiting for this person to do something, the Swiss one, I'm assuming, is this. Or this. Either one of those. That was the one that I looked at, which looks quite nice, because then, of course, the Alps that we think of is here. So there's either of these two, which could be quite nice. And now they're upside down. Right. Don't forget, I still need to slow down with my speech. Road in the UK? Ew. Ew. I'm not endorsing anything in the UK until we get a revamp. I'm not mentioning anything to do with that. Absolutely not. So you crashed purely by your own means, but you've been pushed by someone else. Going east? Similar story. Similar story. Is that the same? You don't have your trailer with you, though. Ooh. Same person. I'm assuming because the car now finally TP'd away, you wanted to help them out. Don't help them out. I never change. No, that shows it's pre-recorded. These streams are all pre-recorded. How about that? I haven't streamed in a very long time. They're good, but empty. Exactly. Exactly. Hello, Andy, big fan. Potato 7 streams, big fan. Not 159 yet. Not 159. There's going to be a handful still in Calais as well. Not a lot. And then in some of the reports... I didn't see the black Skoda in... If it was in the same report, no, I didn't see that. I wasn't looking for them. I was only referencing what the other car did. So if it was in the same report, I'd hope they're in their own report. Because I wouldn't be surprised. Another one? What happened to you? What did you do? Someone else is upside down. Turtle mode? Exactly. Retired very long time ago. Did you land it? Oh, they're a stunt boy, of course. Of course they survived that. Many sharp turns. Range to Strasbourg? Yes, that sort of area as well. See, we're thinking of loads. Loads of them. Welcome in. All of these roads that are singular country roads that are not in DLCs. That's basically it. You're wobbling too much. And oh my god, you're redlining your engine. Yeah, they asked about that and I looked at the chat. That happens a lot, by the way. Hold on. Hold on. So address the elephant in the room in a moment. Hold on. Oh, but they hit the thing there. Okay. Now, hold on. Hold on. Hacksaw, perhaps? This is for, it has to be from the suspect's POV, so we have to wait until everything loads in, which it won't. A clean overtake? No, not coming on the arcade road would be deemed bannable. What are they doing? Broken white lines. Context would be depending on how many people are near you. If the other things are okay enough for an overtake, it would depend on... Good job. Their trailer and thing is the other way around. It would depend on purely the amount of people nearby. Because you're not supposed to overtake if there's a certain number of people nearby. I didn't delete that yet. But I'm very confused on how. And they are still here. Your engine was stuck. Stuck on. I don't know what that was. From one person, we saw them in the air and then they dropped down. Yeah, sure, they damaged one person, but what am I supposed to think of that? What was that? So, I reported just to have a look back at it. Truck on shift, damaged. PUBG, hey, maybe. Still an okay amount of people, you see. It's going down, though. The only time now I suppose you'd have a massive traffic jam is if someone were to block the road. You don't get a huge jam at the train anymore. Oh no, it's dying. It's falling off, it's dying. Yeah, Zurich to Milan is another good one. It's not a good one. I'm in favour of all these roads. I've been on all these roads. All of these roads are very nice. I'm saying players should do that. Other players should do that. Absolutely. But also, it's nice to see a lot of people in the comment sections have been saying, it's nice having a few busy places, but why don't we just go everywhere? Why don't players just go anywhere they want? Or let's have no particular busy road and people will be everywhere. Yes, of course. Easier said than done, though. As with many things. It's a shame they won't just do that. Because you'd need a lot more people in order for everywhere to be decently populated. A little drive. I've already done my drive. I'm not set out for driving. Driving. I also haven't driven on the free roam server yet. How many have I banned so far? None today. Or have I? No, I've only looked at a few reports I wanted to double check back on. Did I get your question? Support get paid enough. The team is not a paid thing. You volunteer to be in the team. Prime? That's the answer to that. So if things take a bit of time to get responded to, they might have a lot of tickets or things to do outside of the game. Triple trailer. You can use a triple trailer, but only if you have control of your vehicle. Prime. Triple trailers are allowed. Some configurations are allowed. I still may not recommend it because a lot of people don't know how to use them. They download a mod and then start using it and they have no idea how to turn with it. Quad trailers. The same thing would happen if we had quad trailers. Exactly the same. There's a triple, see? Maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe they know what they're doing. Who knows? Oh, that's cute. So what people do where there are restrictions... My game is stuttering, I don't know why. There are some restrictions with doubles and triples and such in some areas, so people like to take heavies instead, because it's one trailer. But it's a long trailer. Penta trailers, pentakill. No, the limit is 3 connections overall, which is why the HCT that is in Finland still counts as 3, because the dolly in the middle is the middle one, is the second one. Connor's nearby? Well, I don't need to be here then if Connor's here, no? Admin. Another admin in the area. Not sure what happened to you. Admin. Sinking to the ground. Do you mean glitching through the ground? Or tipping over? Nice. That isn't necessarily like blaming, you know, because the car did the same thing, so that doesn't matter. Wrong lane, of course, of course. I want to know why they tipped, that's all. Does the car do it again? Never mind, didn't expect that. You don't have much time to react, really. You see them, how on earth could you, you know... People say keep your distance. How on earth can you adapt to that? Maybe a little bit and then whoom, suddenly normally you see them do a few Back and forth, back and forth. Not bad. Glitch to the ground. If people collide in a particular way, then yes, someone can be squished into the floor. The game's physics aren't really good for when people collide with each other. Because you're not really meant to do that in a game of this type. You know, it's not really a physics-based game. Physics with the ground, sure. Not with each other. Yeah, that was a bit of lag. They weren't banned for that. How come you stream on it? Because why wouldn't I? I have a lot of people on there. Welcome to the Alps. Surprise, surprise. 110 nearby in this report. A lot of people in the middle part. Upon the update, we'll see what the actual player count here is. A lot of people. Clarity, no, I don't know when it will update. No, I don't. Physics. Can you get banned if you lag and the one behind collides? If it's just like the report we just saw, where the one in front rubber banded, as it's called, and they whipped back, then no. Because that was purely a stutter. Quite a big stutter. But each scenario that people describe can vary a bit. Can be slightly different. I think this place has been busy enough now for people to make their own conclusions, right? So, yes, it looks lovely, but it's too busy. Too busy. Look at the size of that trailer. It almost looks like a longer version of the... It is a longer version because it's two trailers in one. It's two cargos. You can see the textures overlap. That is very clever. How did you do that, though? One on the... You've got two on here, so it looks like it's just one massive pipe. And because it's one singular trailer... don't know why it's in the floor. Because it's one trailer, it won't bend and break the illusion of it being one gigantic pipe. Anyway. It's not really reckless. I don't really see the problem. Reports. Interesting. How many languages can I speak? One. Not very well. One. I studied a few others. Is that really allowed? It's a low bed trailer. It's one trailer. People can use... Ooh. People can use the special transport trailer, not the cargo that goes on it. See, there's the normal size of that pipe. 24 tons. That used to be the heaviest cargo in the game. Before all of these other cargo DLCs came out. So before the 61-ton train, it was that. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. Not sure what it's called. But I remember it's 24 tons. That's all. I don't know if we did, because I've seen people use it. It's the one where it has two wheels at the front of the lower part. That's how you know the difference between it and a regular low bed. That's the only difference I can think of, really. Should you buy the game at full price or buy it on discount? Depends on how into it you are. Whenever the next discount happens, go ahead if you don't own the game, because it's very cheap. There may be a discount for ATS when the DLC comes out. They usually do that. But the game goes very cheap. And a lot of the DLCs go very cheap as well. Zenfo, welcome. Zenfox. And Keja. How you doing? Unless it's Kea. $3.99, it goes 75% off. Turned on PowerShell tweaks, restarted PC. What does that do? What does PowerShell tweaks do? I know what PowerShell is. I don't know if you did bad. Cheeked up, caked up, collect up. I don't know. Is buying all the DLCs for Pro Mods worth it? Yes. Because eventually you will end up picking up all the DLCs anyway. You'll buy the map DLCs. TikTok, you're being annoyed by it? Yeah, is 159 available? I wonder. No. No, it's not. So, fatal crash. You knew that you did go the wrong way there. It's because you failed the overtake. That's what? Gas pipeline parts. To whoever wondered, there you go. Gas pipeline parts. Was there something else? Don't think so. Not close. Not. Please stop. I'm telling people to go somewhere else. There will be a very good indicator as to if or when the F to P road gains some popularity. If I see a report from the F to P road, that's how you know there's enough people there for some of them, statistically, to be bad drivers. And at the moment I have not seen one on it. Goodyear or Michelin? Both have good components in the game as far as wheels and such. Goodyear, you get the blimp stuff and the clothing, and Michelin, you get the Michelin Man, the Bibendums. Both seem pretty good. This one I have to watch all the way through, so I'm not going to touch my keyboard. Yep, 1 times. Where do you reckon the new CD road is? Currently, it is the Alps. The Innsbruck to Klagenfurt road. If people decide that it's too much for them, they will have to go somewhere else and start a movement and go somewhere else. We started the movement first to make them go there in the first place. Now it's up to them. Has to be a non-DLC, non-map DLC. Best non-map DLC? Well, the other ones would be paint jobs, tuning packs, trailer packs, and cargo packs. Best non-map DLC might be if you have a particular truck you always like using, the tuning pack for that truck. Or, hello gangs, or open. Or, let me finish my sentence, one of the cargo packs. I don't know. How you doing? Welcome in, big fan. Big fan. 150, they didn't ban you. Congrats. Has your ego been stroked? Enough. Probably not enough. Cool. Good job. You didn't look before you merged because you were only looking to the right of you, not to whoever's coming to the left. Good report though. If you have a triple trailer. No, some triple trailers are fine. Some are fine. The main combination that actually I haven't seen too much of lately is, because of the lack of people, if you have the Casbora DLC pack and you have a triple trailer with 3 low beds from that DLC, that's a no. Very specific. Cool looking truck. There's a lot of nice looking ones and there's a lot of not nice looking ones. Can't tell. Lorry passing you on a shoulder as you were trying to go into a fuel station. I haven't looked at many today. What? That was so casual. Idiot, schizo, report, enjoy life. This person is so unfazed by all of that. Well, even one of the red car hit them, but nothing happened. Oh, now you pulled over. Very nice. Well, thank you for doing that. I'm not sure what they went in a straight line for. I'm more surprised by how they didn't take any damage or nothing, not even a little bump to move them over a bit more. Nothing happened to them. That was very weird. Good merge. You don't have a powerful vehicle, so it took you a while. Nice. That was not necessary either, was it? Wheel broke. I don't know if they're using one. Well, now there's two people at fault. Because, yeah, you merged out in front of that person, which was slightly poor timing. And what was their response? CD's still popular, fairly. This. Did you need to do that? It's funny that they got bumped a bit more. Maybe they pulled the wheel off. Yeah, not broken, you know. Broke the wheel like I do. Bad driver, wow, I hope you get hit by a train. Wow, what's the need for that? What's the point? All these words, you know, they don't do much. I'm still so confused by this. I don't even know what to do for that. It's better to use the Frankfurt to Prague, it is. Best trailer DLC pack, by the way. I still like the Krone pack, because it has nice thick wheels on the trailers. Though I don't often use my own... See? I don't often use my own trailer. When we're doing jobs, I just take whatever. How did nothing happen? I can't do anything about that, because how did nothing happen? They didn't cause the crash. This one did. And the car, but the car was on the correct side anyway, wasn't they? Luckily, the other car escaped that. Pause, because they're going to despawn in a moment. No, it is still the same reason. Still the same thing. Hey? I don't even know what to... You'd pretend nothing happened? Well, I kind of have to. Not really pretend nothing happened, but I just don't get that. See here, save editing. You're kind of in the way, though. Oh, they have an anti-AFK macro, which should trigger at some point. Unless it's triggered by now. I mean, yeah, it's a form of editing, but there's no... I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because everything is still there. News on the console. No news on console. No news yet. This. See, it's two of them. Maybe that's why it looks a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know why it's in the ground. I'm not too sure what's up with that. They're also in the ground. It's also a hybrid. It's an Ivan. An Ivan. Iman, maybe? Because that's not the bottom half of an Iveco. How long have I been a TMP mod? Many years. Quite a few years. Nice. I'm still not too sure how people have the sort of bolder outline around the text. Like that. Can't really flag them for blocking. It's not fully blocking. It's just they're a little bit in the way of the conventional parking people do. But given there's no one on this side now, you can turn around sooner, like this one's doing. You know. This is the Alps. Light boxes above the windscreen. Not normally, no. You have to have a local mod to make that work. I'm not sure if the slots even exist there. It has to be in a different slot like your sun visor slot, but then placed higher up than that. Otherwise, I'm sure many people would use them. All these groups and VTCs, they'd probably have their own one, wouldn't they? Hello, Powax. Hello, Ollie. Favorite takeaway? I'm not too sure. I'm not insanely knowledgeable on lots of types of food. The new road. That one was. This is the original. This is CD, as you should know it. Unchanged. Still the same. That was lag. Fish and chips. Chips and fish. There's a word to describe that, as there is with everything. The reason why we say certain pairs of words in a certain way, like knife and fork, not fork and knife. Fork comes first on the alphabet, you know. I don't know what the word is, but it's very interesting. Chips and fish. Are you gonna overtake? Not slowing down. Oh, there's the indication. How polite of you to indicate here. Moist! Hold on. Oh, and then you crashed. Oh, how unfortunate. What a shame. Did they not hit someone, or am I just dreaming that they... No, they got hit. They didn't hit anyone specifically. Okay. That lag was different. Yeah, why do we not say chips and fish? Exactly, for the same reason. Fish and chips? It's just how it is. Maybe because the fish is the main thing and then the chips kind of go with it. I'm not sure. And then knife and fork, that doesn't really... Both are very useful for the act of eating. You can kind of cut some stuff up with a fork, sure. If it's soft enough. God damn it, Ennoble. Folk, you enjoying your birthday? It's Folk's birthday, by the way. Phil's birthday man in the chat. Hopefully you're having a good time. Hello, Gez. Ever done website reports? Yes, but not on stream. We don't do them on stream. I would have a lot of content if I did them on stream. But sadly not. When are we going to update? I don't know. The IK Road, there will be some reports from it. You notice how we've had a few already and then we've gone back and forth between the two? That's what it's like for now. And I have a feeling that's what it will be like upon the new road. Because it won't entirely die out. One step closer to death. There are many words you can use instead of the boring hello birthday. Hello birthday? You could use that if you want. Happy birthday. Hello birthday. Why are there less people? Because people have found a new hotspot and the version update for the game is not supported yet. We usually have a few less people during that time. Which is why we have so many people coming in the chat and asking when is the update? Of which I don't know. I don't know. Reckless. It's very dangerous. You didn't go towards them, but yes, that was poorly timed. That was a bit bad. Finish the update. You imagine I am the one holding it back. I have the power, yeah. They're waiting for me to do my final admin, then they'll push it. How about that? These are happening kind of live. This isn't real time. If I press go live, this is now real time. The only difference is that there is a bit of text near the bottom that says demo, and then the time that it happened. So there's only about a minute, 2-minute delay between them. Mario, welcome in. That was maybe kick, if you saw that. Maybe a kick. I mean, yes, yeah, someone earlier said that I look the same in every single stream. Yeah, that shows that they're pre-recorded. Robot. I've mastered it, you know. This is why I'm spending so much time sorting other people's content, because I can just leave my own up. Easy. Lion, welcome in. Lead or follow, good name. Welcome in. If you see Tiro or Puri, ban them, please. Why? What for? Give me a reason. What have they done? But yes, of course. When is he updating? Doesn't have a British accent. How do I not have one? I have one of the many. It's funny to see. I also saw a reposted accident. I didn't read it as accident. I saw one of these reposted articles saying that one of the hottest accents someone could have is the British accent. And then all the comments were like, well, what do you mean? There's like 800. Which one? And then of course some of the comments being like, yeah, Birmingham. Birmingham's the hottest. And then because it says British, there's also Scottish further down the list, which is, you know, so you should say English accent and then the Scottish accent, right? Because, you know, this isn't, they didn't, nothing there. Nothing. Nothing. Wait for it. Yeah, this one. Exactly, which Scottish accent? It's too ambiguous of a list. But which one? What do you mean, but which one? We're not updating yet. We haven't updated yet. What do you mean, which one? Which one what? What do you mean? That was a bit sloppy there, but you could just pull over and go out the way. I have previously waited until the gates open and I kick someone for doing that. That's a funny thing to kick them for. From the Philippines, hello, big fan. Welcome in. New CD Road, there's a few, Mike. Yes, I've made a few videos highlighting them as well. There are a few potentials. It's now up to the players to go to them. But as I mentioned a little earlier, it's not deemed fully busy until I see a report from one of those locations. So far, it's only CD and Alps. If I see a report from Frankfurt, then I'd be very surprised. In the most British accent you can. Well, I'm not going to say the second one, but the classic. I still say that. I go, you what, mate? You what? Or the in it. I say in it to people, but in the poshest way possible, which sounds funny. In it, good sir. I should do the exact opposite of what I'm starting to sound like and go even more posh. So my gimmick becomes, he's that posh guy. Prague, Innsbruck. Yeah, both of those are busy. Well, actually, only the Innsbruck one is busy right now. The IK is Innsbruck to Klagenfurt. Europort. Europort was busy during the recent event, the convoy thingy. It's probably dead now. Because who wants to go to the UK? Take it you're from the UK? Yes. It took a bit of time for you to listen to the accent, I assume. Because people have pointed it out, how for comedic effect, I overdo the accent sometimes. I exaggerate it. Dirk, I'm on all of those platforms. Feel free. That was close. Because you stopped in the middle for some reason. And you went when you still had green. Only a slight nudge. Not good. But luckily not really terrible, really bad. I don't think anyone else did anything though. What county? Oh, that's a bit specific. I'm in one of the southern ones because the northern counties have very vibrant accents. You'd be able to tell. Game name, ETS2. Good job. Now, who goes first? This one does, not this one. Because if you're turning across someone else's path, you don't go first. And I don't care what that tiny little traffic light says. No one follows that. Half of the people don't even know it's there. So we don't follow that. Imagine we did. Imagine. Adler wasn't on screen. Insanity. I was in the stream earlier. It was funny seeing them being recognised back to back. How you doing, big fan? Don't have an accent. People will say that. They say they don't have an accent. It's because you're used to your own accent. Everyone has an accent. It's just their way of speaking. There's no standard accent, really. Luton accent? Why would you go? Again, yes, it's green. They got held up by this one who has 4 wheels at the back. I didn't know you could put 4 on that trailer. It's a bit unnecessary. You have to wait until someone lets you go, which is rare. People don't usually let them go. Until you do this, which is what we all do in single player. You drive until the person has to stop. spare him? First one, maybe. Second one, no. Because they basically both did the same thing, but they really should have stopped. The second one definitely should have stopped, because you still shouldn't go. You know? First one started to go, and then you've got this one. The green arrow, yeah, this thing starts going, but people don't see that. They don't know what that is, you know? They take it as a normal set of lights. All three. No, it's not all three. No. The one that goes straight on, goes straight on. This one is a bit silly because you still went past them. When you're the one that has to wait, though. It still feels weird doing for this one and not... It ends there, and not the one previously. It's like the one previously took it a bit more gently. You know? All three that are turning, yeah. Have a ban, but you don't have a video where you made the mistake. In your appeal, if you make one, you should be given a video that shows that. See, they're not rushing over, you know, they're sort of taking their time, being cautious, and then eventually people just have to stop. They're already out, so you might as well wait, and, you know, but they don't, so. And then the yellow one goes because everyone has stopped anyway. Electric Volvo. Oh, people are going to complain about that, aren't they? People like to whinge about electric vehicles, don't they? In any reason. Except for lights. Yeah, you've got the tiny one that people don't follow, that people don't really pay attention to. It appears after a certain time of one of the other ones being green for a while or something. But is there one on the other side as well? Should be, by that meaning. But because there's no separate turning lane, is why there's no separate turning light. Like the one in Calais. They do have to wait, because a lot of people don't have to let them go, but it takes a while for someone to be kind enough to let them go, because there's always a stream of traffic coming across the bridge, and then the roundabout, then the lights. So they end up having to wait a while anyway. Max, I know I didn't see your message. If it's about a ban, or something that could get you banned, triple trailers, yes. A triple box trailer, yes. If you own the Casbora DLC and you use a triple flatbed, no. There are also some other variants where some cargoes on those trailers glitch into each other a bit. But if you stick with a standard 2 smalls and 1 large triple trailer in any configuration, that should be fine. Standard box, yes. Oh, the stuttering, man. My OBS loves to be at like 99% usage. I think it's because it's encoding the vertical as well. Maybe I need to go back to horizontal TikTok, hey? He's dying. Some allowed, some aren't. The triple one that I mentioned with the low bed, the way that the 3 trailers connect is with a floating connection. So they've had to save edit it from another configuration, which is why it doesn't even appear like they're connected properly. Vertical, I mean, there's a plugin in OBS that allows you to stream in a vertical format, so that's what the TikTok stream is right now. Everything else is in landscape. But it's because it's encoding 2 things. Instead of 1 with all the same settings, it's now 2. And it doesn't like that, apparently. Which is weird because it's streaming from the CPU there, which is doing perfectly fine. I don't know. Not too sure. This was fine though. TikTok stream, yes. Because vertical streams do better. Generally, most people are watching on their phone and it's easier to see things in vertical format. But do I sometimes listen to TFM? No. I rarely, in fact I don't. I don't know when I last actually turned the radio station on, because I don't want people talking over my music. And I want to be able to choose my own. Why not use GPU encoding? Because the CPU is better at encoding in my case. Streaming is from the CPU, playing the game is from the GPU. The CPU is pretty good for streaming on. The GPU is good, but I don't want to put everything on the GPU. And see, we're back in the Alps. We're going back and forth between CD and the Alps. This is the Alps. Is it ready for TMP? We just need to support the version that the new CD is on. The revamped CD. That color is very interesting, yeah. Oh. So is their friend in front. Both have the same. If you want to use a metallic color, it's a design choice, but please don't do it like this, where you have two strikingly different colors. The idea is that you're meant to use a lighter and a slightly darker color, so it has a kind of shine to it. Not an acid trip when you turn the camera around like that. Now, they only overtook 2 to get in front of their friend. It is in a busy area, but most common reason, probably reckless overtaking. If you exclude reckless, because everything is reckless, then it's probably bad overtaking. See, sort of context-based, where the traffic had stopped anyway because someone was struggling, and they're stuck. So in this instance, despite the player count being way over, it's not that bad. Yeah, so metallic. Use a similar shade for the metallic effect of it. Yeah, get ahead of his friend, exactly. And I suppose they chose a good place to do it because the traffic wasn't really moving. If one of them was, say, this red one here, and the other friend was this one, then that's a bad idea. Damn. Look at that. A maths paper. CBA to revise. Well, Alex, you're doomed then. Come on. What are you going to do? You're going to wing the exam? I wouldn't recommend that. GCSEs, I certainly don't miss doing those. Oh, is that a hole in the map? Or is it that certain bits disappear? Oh, I was just too far away. Okay, never mind. Which server? Sim 1. Quit yapping and release it. Probably in the TikTok chat someone saying that if it's not in game. Quit yapping. And now we're back to CD. You see? Oh, the YouTube stream. Oh, of course. Of course. Stefan, welcome in. Victor, welcome in. I have to wait, unfortunately, for those because it takes a couple more minutes for that to show up. The others are instant. Don't know why it takes a while for those. Lonely, welcome in. Oh, they're watching everything. Well, we try to, Luke. Maybe you were doing a bad overtake. Does know when CD has gone the player count. Do you mean the player count is going to disappear? The player count will change. When FP. More people have to go there for, statistically, someone to be a bad person on the FP road. I'm just going to say FP instead of F to P, because it sounds like, you know, going for a P, and I'm not. Hybrid. There is. It's the, is it Edison Motors? There's a guy that, because he's made a few TikTok videos and he wants his vehicle in the game. There's a mod of it. They need to team up. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a DLC vehicle unless something really cool happens. Because they not like came from nowhere, but it needs to, you know. There is a mod of it. I don't know what goes into that, so. This weekend, it could be up to this weekend. Again, we're halfway through the week. So, who knows? But, listen, yeah? When it comes out, not if, when, I will be making a TikTok story, the TikTok chat room thingy, and if still some of you have no idea, that's on you. Because you come into the stream and you spam constantly where it is, and then if you don't pay attention when it actually comes out, then what are you doing? The one in front lagged. That's not this one's fault. You know? You need to pay attention. Also to their socials. TMP socials. Because they will tell you about it as well. Electric Volvo. Yeah. Hello Robin, welcome in. Should you get the game? Do you like this type of game? Do you think the game is good? Do you think it's worth getting? If so, yes. Maybe on sale. Because it gets very cheap when it's on sale. Hello Falco, big fan, thank you for the 3 streams in club. We in the club. Oh, you timed that wrong. You wanted to keep most of your speed and then merge behind them? It didn't really work. Conrad, welcome in. Appreciate the follow as well. Hi. 5 euros is insane. 75% off every single sale. They're not a greedy company. They've made their money and they're doing very well. The Bartles Crash Out Bridge. The Move one? No, that's different. His one was crossing over the Scandinavia border, I think. Oh, Move was Oos. Oh, sorry. Was it really? Models Crash Out? I don't even remember that one. Move! One of them was something like Let Me Spawn or something. Who said that? Let Me Spawn. Yeah, okay. Well, I remember, yeah, when this area came out, we must have redone it then. Yes, we drove in it fairly soon after it came out. We're watching report replays. Yes, that wasn't that bad. You chose an interesting time to do that when the road was slightly wider. That wasn't too bad. So I press claim report to those on the TikTok stream. Hello, Storm. I can now watch demo. A demo time indicator will show at the bottom. And now all we're doing is essentially spectating this person. This isn't a video like I'm playing a video file. If they get banned, I have to save a video of it. Does that make sense? So think of it as like you're spectating someone. Yeah, the bridge, the long bridge, yes. I do remember that one. That one was good. I don't know what video it's in. Because it's funny. Of course it is. Put an enormous engine in there. That's like how people have taken the electric ones in this game already and they've put a 750 horsepower in it. Why? Triple trailers is with a mod, yes. Ban someone on the CD, yes. At least someone has been banned today. On both roads. Maybe? No. Have we banned anyone on the Alps? I don't know. I've been saying, no, it's not supported yet, so many times that I don't know. I forgot. Little nudge. I mean, you know, I like the 3 cars there that are lined up in kind of a pattern. Think it was you? Don't know. The last update's not supported either because they're taking their time to do it or they're waiting for the ATS DLC that comes out tomorrow. If they are, interesting, out now, Well, then you've got more things to support. Easy peasy, I'll claim that. Hacksaw report, perhaps? May not be. Innsbruck. I'm getting used to the city layout. Just came out. Usually at the end of those streams, yes. Hello, Sero. How you doing? Select someone from a report. Can I check what they're doing in real time? I would have to teleport to them if I knew their name. If I delete the report or leave the report, it like unspectates them. It's gone. I think. Can I check that ID? What happens in that ID, Chesum? What happens in that one? Someone overtook a bump to you, you blocked the whole road, no one's pinging you for wreck ban. I don't think I got someone for blocking today. So far. Press go live and it unselects and the spec button becomes unavailable. I believe so. If the person is not selected still, which they wouldn't be, I'd have to know their ID to spectate them again, manually. Hacking, though... They have no trailer, so of course they sped up a bit quicker than you. Maybe he thought this was the hack. Because he's, you know, disappearing. And it's a Scania. I didn't go and look at it actually. Did it go grey? I don't think it did. I am green, yes, a moderator. No, when someone types rec, it doesn't do that. When they say rec, it usually means that they have saved a video clip of what someone's done with the intent of reporting on the website instead. Or in-game, but people don't know when others have been reported in-game. It's nearly a useless thing to say. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't scare people. Can I check on you? No. If it wasn't me, then no. Rec 123. Get banned, enjoy single play. Yeah, people say it all the time, yes. They just tell the other person that, you know, you've done something wrong, I'm going to record you. I'm going to report you. Some people then instinctively just say sorry all the time, which an apology is nice. But the bad has already been done. Oh, well, that was a bit of a shallow turn there. Yeah, a bit of a bonk because they should have stopped. There's a yield sign here. You can see the person coming along. Maybe they got so used to someone letting them go that they just went for it. Now, as for this one merged over. If you start recording, you upload it to a site that it can be viewed on. No, not many people yield there, no. They may have also thought that if they kept the speed up and went around the corner quick enough, they would beat the person that then got there so that they wouldn't affect them. But no, because they hit the fence, they did affect them. This kind of thing. I also don't like when someone accelerates here to try and do something against them. I don't really know why. But you did merge in front of them without indicating. Can't read French. It's a very easy sign, right? It's a triangle. Just the triangle. I'll do reckless. It should do something else for that, but the person that is sped up in the sense of they're trying to like get past the person, you made that worse for yourself, if that makes sense. Yes, the bad, but you know, lack of understanding. In Europe, because Europe has so many different languages, that's why a lot of the symbols are used. You see the road signs in America, the States mainly, because they just speak English. It's all text telling you what the signs are. Not, you know, symbols. The Boys? No, I've never seen that show. I hear it's good though. How long this game is out? Yes. This game has been out for so long, it has had millions of players, and the majority of them don't know how to play. Look, it's empty! Ignore those people there. Look. Look, 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 look. Empty. Wow. Wow. Same as the ones in France and Spain due to UN thing. Good. Consistency, I assume. You found the mixed channel? Good. I haven't done those in a while. I was doing them all through last year, and I haven't done much more since then, so... I didn't want to clog up my main channel, because none of them would be made public on the main channel. Oh, we're back to this guy again. Who's still... walking. Yeah, but they're not, though. They're not really. The Vienna Convention, you've got the Geneva Convention, which is different. The Vienna Convention. Are they still using... Yes, they're still using their macro. Their AFK macro. Kind of want to TP them out of spite, you know? CD's nuts. No one has said that joke before. Oh my god, that's so good, I'm going to use that. Wow. No one has said that. Hello, Ashley, how you doing? Have you settled back in after returning back home? Is you good? Yay! You did it funny. Ow. So original. You're still better than me at some of these jokes. Hope you will. Yeah, the joke will be pointless. Well, it would just be a thing that we talk about in passing. Hey, back in my day, we had CD's nuts. Yeah, something like that. Now it's just here. Think of a joke about the Alps. A lot of offline gaming. Understandable. Have you played some Valo with the peoples again? You said you wanted to while you were there. Don't know if you did. Ow. Killer will welcome in. Hopefully you don't de-rank immediately. Because you were doing well with your rank. Yes, it's the Großglockner. But a lot of people don't know how to say that. And I don't know any funny jokes to make with that word. About that? What do you mean about that? You did then? I know you didn't stream the whole time. I wouldn't expect you to. Yeah, one of them says Sağ. Fluent in Turkish, by the way, yeah. Sağ. Sağ, dude. Plattürk. Oh, what happened, huh? How'd you do that? What happened? Red carpet happened? Right. Well, I hope when that has concluded that you're good. Breach of 2.1. If it's written there, does it actually have a segment written to say that anti-kick methods? Because we're not over the threshold of players for the kick to be in place, are we? No, we're not. In server. AFK kick disabled. So no. Server-sided auto-kick system. Yeah, you don't get kicked for AFK for this. If the player count is over 90%, I think it is, then patrons still don't get it, but players will get it. But at the moment, we're under 90%, so no one gets it. I think. Or rather, over a certain... what was the image? I don't know. This feature's been out for a while now. One of them goes down to like someone at like 10 minutes, and then patrons get like 30 minutes. I think that's what it is. When it's 90%, patrons get 30 minutes, I think. But when it's disabled, no one gets it anyway. I don't know. YouTube video was correct. What? I know, right? Someone predicted it, so he's gonna like have another good video. Where's this? The Alps. This is the same triple, isn't it? Same report, yeah. It's just it's different in this case. It's different. The main thing they don't like is because he's in the way, regardless of how he's doing it or not. He's just in the way, but not like fully in the way. You know. Road, Alps, I to K, the Ick road. You get an ick by going here, but don't go here. Go to Frankfurt and follow the roads there. How about next time someone asks what that road is, I don't say the Alps. I play a funny and I tell you something else. The trailer is a special transport one, but I'm not aware of it not being allowed. Either I've not caught up to it, or it's fine. Cologne to Mannheim, yes, that road is used a lot. South of Cologne, where the Halloween event thingy was, is that the road? That's a good one. Admin. Oh, we have so much stuff to support, eh? 2 new versions, a vehicle or 2, and a DLC. Wow. Yes, this is Prague. Welcome. Ignore the name it says on the map. That's wrong. It's Prague. Sim 1, yes. Everywhere, all roads lead to Prague. Ooh, you went through the light. Hello, London. Finished dropping a new vehicle, have we? TMP admin, TMP mod. They're nicknamed admins, they're not literally called admins anymore. Didn't know it was in Prague, what it is. New expansion for Prague, eh? Yes, indeed. Louisiana, not Louisiana, Illinois is very good. I enjoyed checking that out yesterday. That was fun. Again, if you haven't checked out the video yet, self-plug, check it out. What's next? What's next? You guys are chilling while our people are screaming at us to update. Need to watch it. Go for it. There's an interesting achievement for that DLC that I'll need to check out. Because I believe when I checked out... was it Iowa? One of them before it? I found a nice maze. And that was cool. I did see the TMP account made one, yeah. I don't know why they said Grimsby. Was that a troll? Is that to get more engagement? I really should do that, but I don't know what to say. You know how people intentionally spell something wrong, or they say something really dumb so the comments pick up on that and it gets traction? I should do that. But I'm too organized to, like, I don't want to spell anything wrong. You know? I don't want to do that. I'll keep that as reckless. The person collided with you, not you, kind of caused a collision. It seems different. It's not a full collision. It's a bump. It's different. Yes, I would like to hope that a lot of people will be in the Benelux area. It will be a series of grey roads, so yes, I hope they will. Would be nice. We sure will. Maybe not on Sim 1. Maybe on Sim 1. Who knows? We might. I would like to. Big triple. No, he did get something for running red light. I had the person spectated. That was the ban. Don't say things like that, because you made me think, oh god, did I click the wrong person and then ban the other one instead? The one that zoomed out and had the green light was maybe going a bit too quick, but they still had green light. Yeah, so... Well, okay. Do you mind? The hell are you doing? You in a rush? Cool, my game is stuttering. Game is struggling. Scudamonk. Be empty? Not fully empty, no, because you'll have people exploring. Not fully empty, no. But of course it won't be the same as like the CD road being busy, because... You know. Legacy was spamming the roses, look at the I've added the goals back, by the way, to those on TikTok stream. I've added them back, them pointing down here. Damn! You're doing a lot. Normal for Skoders, they do that all the time, yeah. It's bad though. Don't do that. Nice. Scandinavia and Greece. They are DLCs though. This is base map. Revamp. How's the Alpine route going? Busy. Busy and laggy. Back to normal. Well, it will be a normal area though, that's the thing. It's not an event area that's separate from the map. It's still a main part of the base map. Quite an interesting area. Anyone discovering the Netherlands will go there. And Belgium. Would be nice if they spread out afterwards, yes. Title gifter? I appreciate that. I can see the number 1. That looks good. Looks very nice. This game is still active. If you haven't played since 2015, you've missed a lot. Oh, you have played? We have people that come back every now and then. Yeah, they say, oh, I haven't played since, you know, maybe COVID time, things like that. Yeah, it's still going. Still busy. Still in the top God knows what on Steam. This game has 2 million followers on Twitch as well, the category. For a strange little truck sim. Multiplayer. There is an in-game multiplayer, yes, it's called Convoy. This multiplayer is TruckersMP, of course, which has been around for a while. Convoy is like you host your own little server, and your friends can join if you want. It's not comparable to this. Alpine is IK, yes. Thought there was an update. There is an update. We don't support it yet. Not saying we're not going to, I'm just saying we don't. Or haven't. TMP Police. You could say that. Police. I do have my own police car. Yeah, you can play with mods, with AI traffic, things like that. What is that badge? That's a cool badge. Well, I'm glad you stopped. This kind of thing, again, similar to the last one, where you're sort of pushing. Don't do the push thing. Push. People are crashing, mate. They're crashing a lot. That's what I'm here for. 51st in the top 100 sellers, 40,000 on Steam every day. Exactly, it's insane. ATS, I think, is just below the top 100. It has about 20k, I think. Still pretty damn good for a game that is now 10 years old. That sounds weird to say. That's even weirder to say than this game being 14 years old. How is ATS 10 years old? You could say this one does it worse. Technically, there's not enough. Eh? Subnautica 2 is first. Yeah, didn't it recently come out? That's understandable. Big game. That one. If you were to also look, this game has one, it's in the top highest reviewed, like, amount of reviews of all games on Steam. It is overwhelmingly positive, but it has like 1 million+ reviews on it. Insane. Some of them are meme comments, some of them are, you know, gonna be playing it, enjoy. I did play Subnautica briefly. I wasn't too sure what to do for some of it, so then I didn't continue. How many did you overtake? Same as the one before, like 2 or 3. How do people have trailers with triple setups? They are made, I don't know how they're made, but people download them from Discord servers or the Steam workshop, where other people make them, and then you can download them, buy one in single player, and then your game has it. Certain ones are a no. I hope you didn't do that again. It's just... History video. Yes. History 1 hit it. It took... I added it to a highlight on my Instagram story so I can look at it. It's at 100 and something, just over it. It took a few months to reach it. This new one hit the same in about 4 days. I have no words for that. And now it's at like 180. I've never seen those numbers on my content. What? I have a short of the pro mods when you used to zoom into the map and it used to crash your game for some reason. That, telling you that that doesn't happen anymore, has like 300k views. Why? Why? Why that one? There was something I was going to check. Oh yeah, I was curious. Where Subnord? Do I not have to? Maybe Subnautica was on the Epic Games thing. Maybe that's where I have it. Don't go, big fan, big fan. Use Twitch ups. What do you mean? You're a nub? No, you're a nub. You're a nub. What I'm going to do is I'll quickly BRB. I'll leave you to enjoy the train line. And usually, the moment I go AFK, at least there was a clip recently, when I go AFK, some crash happens. So, enjoy that. Tim! Tim! Talk about timing for that. Thank you for becoming a new sub. Can we get some crew L's for that? Enjoy the badge. Enjoy the emotes. That's very kind of you. You didn't have to do that. If you're also in a Discord server, you get a nice pink coloured name. Who doesn't love that? CD Road still, yes. Right, won't be long. Any crashes? No? Hope not. CK, thank you for joining, Biffham. Your monthly attendance? Yes. You've done that. OG, welcome in. Yami, welcome in. Speedy, welcome in. You crashed. Well, sucks to be you, doesn't it? More. And we're back on the Alps. I do wonder why OBS is using so many resources. It's not encoding heavily, let's put it that way. Could even scale it down for the next one. Crashed into the side of my vehicle? Of course you did. Jim! You waited for me to come back to do that, huh? Have a flower. What are you doing? There's no discount on at the moment. We've had our festivity stuff. What are you doing? Appreciate the 10. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I don't have the pre-recorded message in the chat anymore, do I? Thing is, I did Abgafron's gifts, right? But he's not been in chat today. Was it Abgafron? Who was it? They subbed themselves and then gifted however many. Yeah, Abgafron. But they're not in chat. Yeah, 11 PM, if random time to do it. Very kind. Very kind. Can I check your ban and why you got banned? Please appeal. The appeal is where you discuss that. Did you try and go round and then realize that didn't work? Because why are you now sitting here? There we go. Well, yeah, no, it took a bit of time. Someone was clearly impatient. Why was the first one? They were being cautious because you do need a wider turn to be able to get free of those. I see. Heckin'. Check the Calais ramps. There's not as many people on that server now, I believe. So there may still be some people doing those jumps. Oh, we're back in Scandinavia. Ooh, but look at how broken the roads are. Ugh. Hello, Pastor. Welcome in. Can be removed. 5 out of 5. If they have been active for a while, then they would go inactive. Oh, it's hacking and other things. So that means probably not. How about you just don't get banned? Hey? Saw that. All playing around, eh? Mischievous. Picking on each other. That was nearly a cut-off. There was an attempt. And then you just stop. So are you trying to go for this person? Is that what you're doing? Because you're not being too aggressive with it. You know, the front one, if the front one misses, the second one tries it, and then they sort of leapfrog each other until they've officially hit. There we go. The person. What did they do, though? What's the point, though? Just no messages. They might be screaming at each other on the CB. Hacking, though. Interesting. The first cutoff didn't do much. This one did. And they have another report as well. Still 158, yep. Zero, welcome in. How you doing? It ends round about here. The intent is there, more so on this one, because the other one didn't really do it. The other one failed to do it. They kind of stopped, but in a different lane. So, this is what mods see. Yes, these are what the reports look like. And no, we're not in 159 yet. There's slowing down, slowing down. Is it to try and sort of teach him a verbal lesson? Because you didn't really want to do him any damage, otherwise you would have merged immediately. to cut them off. So I'm assuming it's the equivalent of, now let me tell you something. You know? That kind of thing. 921. Remember 921, because that's the same person but from a different report. It might be tomorrow. I mean, we're waiting for every little thing. No, coaches, no. They haven't confirmed when coaches are out yet. The only way you'd know is after 159 is out and they start teasing things that are going to be in the next version. If then they say coaches in 160, then you'd know. To see your own company trucks driving around. Oh, I'd like to see that. Yes, maybe. I don't know how that would work in TMP, but I would like to see that in single player. Are there any mods that allow that? I'd like to see some customized vehicles. I've seen a few. They don't really use too many parts. Like if you own some DLCs, let the AI vehicles use some of those parts, you know? Lombardo, welcome in. How you doing? Appreciate the follow. I want to see a pimped out AI vehicle because I own all the DLCs. Let me see that. Hey, what you doing? Tire pressure places? There should be a few separate places in the service station that do those kind of little things, like a workshop. Instead of you just on an icon, like with some mods, you have to go into the building. Have a little workshop there. They're replacing the garage models, aren't they? Unless that was already a thing in 159. So that they look cooler. And they'll have a few different positions for parking, which would be very interesting in ATS, where it looks like you'll have a position for where your truck parks, and then you'll have a position for where your car parks. No hazards, yeah. Worst type of driver, eh? Doesn't even tell people. Having fun, a lot of fun. Oh, good. Maybe they wanted to go away from the busy part a bit, so that they'd be able to turn around. Which, yes, they were able to. Back on CD again. Again, I wonder, who will have the last ban? The very last. What player is going to get the last one before the update? Before the update kicks us all out? Give them a medal. Do I do any convoys? Not specifically organized convoys. When I do driving somewhere in the map, other people can join and we end up forming a line of people, which you could call a convoy. We have done a convoy session recently, though, of Grand Utopia, which is a modded map. I have to make sure I said it properly, not Great Utopia. It's different. Hello, Tails. Go to sleep? Sleep well. Please do go to bed. Don't stay up too late. That was one. We used to have weekly convoys, though. Several years back, Cruise Convoy. If you haven't checked out the VODs channel yet, where since like 2020 there have been uploads of VODs, there is a whole series of 200 weekly convoys. And you messed it up again. What are you doing? Oh, and we're just dead now. We're fully dead. Good job. Tomorrow. We still don't know. You can try and guess and say that it comes out tomorrow. Your prediction might be correct, but I'm not going to say anything in case it does. Because my plan is there won't be any other admin. The next admin will be next week. So the video of my first mod stream in the new road will be then. First time driving it could be that week. What are we doing tomorrow then? What are we driving around tomorrow? Tomorrow's like driving, but I don't know where or what. Back at the Alps. Back again. But it's a bit jammed now. Because that same long boy is still there. ATS, well, it may not be supported immediately. I would do more early access. How about that? Drive until the DLC releases. We don't know when the update is. Killer Wit, enjoy. Big fan, thank you for joining. Big fan. Good luck. But, big but, small but. National Drinking Day. Are you going to participate? Father's Day? Ah, of course. Do you think one should also drive 110 if everyone else is driving it? That doesn't sound safe, though. You have to be in an area that justifies driving 110. Some of the highways, yeah, people can go flat out for a while there, but here, no. No, I wouldn't suggest going anywhere near 110 here. Though if you want to play the game sensibly, and the speed limit of the road is 80, but everyone else around you is going 110, you can still go 80. You can still go 80, you'll be fine. Tails, go to bed. You said you were going to go sleep. Go sleep. Buckley, welcome in. 60 to 80. Slow down before the corner, not on the corner. Because that goes wrong when you brake on a corner. People that have played racing games would know you don't brake on a corner. Oh, that happened out of nowhere. What was that? The CD event. Last Saturday. What caused you to spin out? You hit the wall a bit, I think. Yeah, you mounted the wall a bit, the curb, I guess, and it sent them to the left. That's not good. Completely tied this one up. Accident. That's an accident. It's unfortunate because that was a big crash, but that's an accident. How do you, you know, I don't want to ban him for that. That's unlucky. That sucks. Yeah. That's a feels bad man right there. Favorite part of the day is going 80 and reminding everyone else they should slow down. Play the game how you want to play it, but not at the expense of someone else's experience. Does that make sense? If you want to drive slow and carefully, then do that. If you want to drive quickly, then yeah, but not straight into someone else. What will the 110 drivers do on the Alps? They'll try and go 110. Down here, if you're going downhill, you can pick up some speed. On these parts, you can pick up some speed down here because that's a slow downhill. Yeah. If you and your friend are driving together, playing around, and someone reports us, will you get banned? I wouldn't recommend playing around on the normal servers because someone might see you. This is road new. This is... I really want to do the bit of saying, this is Frankfurt. It's not Frankfurt. This is the Alps. I made a video, along with maybe a few others, telling people to go here because the CD road is being swapped for something else. And now people are here, and now people don't like it because too many people are here. So now we're saying go somewhere else again. And hopefully they will. So... the Alps Road. It's in the base map. But don't go here because it's full. Doors are closed. No more capacity for this road. Who's road? Patty! Thank you for using your Prime. That's very kind of you. Remember to use it on someone every month. Doesn't matter who. Physically no-go CD. You can avoid it. Well, they're replacing it to turn it into the regular roads that it is in the real world, so it's a bunch of highways because it goes around a bunch of cities. It's not one long country road that's 400 kilometers long in the real world. Yeah, it varies. If you average out and go 80 across most of the CD road, you'll be totally fine. When you get to the part where you take a sudden sharp turn across the river, maybe about 60 for that. Take me home. Nidalo, by the way, welcome in. Traffic accident. Depends on how the accident took place. If there's an accident that can still be avoided, you just didn't think it would happen, that's still bad. If it's something that wasn't your fault, then a bit different. Ross.tp. I will tab out and look at the map site, and have a look. Mandatory lessons on roundabout rules. TMP has a meme video explaining how to use a roundabout, and I have a feeling that a lot of people have not seen that. As with everything that teaches you a lesson, the people that need to see it won't see it. They won't look at that. They're too busy doing the bad stuff on this road. 70 and you go that. Yeah, they think 110 is the minimum. 110 is the slowest. This guy, he's wibbly wobbling in front because he's slightly ahead. It's to try and bait this one to slow down. Didn't work though. Traffic lights. Oh, here, where he's cutting in front, yeah? But this is... You could say that this one's doing it as well, because this one's trying to merge into the right-hand lane as well. It's a mess. If you could only buy 1 or 2 DLCs, what would you choose? That's a tough one, I don't know. Revenge? It could be Revenge. 1 or 2 DLCs? That's all I'm limited to? You could say, Nordic. You'd have plenty of driving around in a Nordic DLC. And then I wouldn't necessarily... Maybe I would go for another map one, maybe I wouldn't. If you like taking a particular type of trailer, perhaps, how about you do both players then? Because one of them, the one that's squeezed through this way, using the footpath. So it's both of you. This one also didn't help by trying to merge over at the same time, like this. But I think he knows if you go beyond the lights, you'll have a tough time trying to merge and keep your speed up. You know? So you could blame them for that as well. But no, these two, yes. Yeah, if it were 100% realistic, if we had a hardcore simulation server, let's say, a proper one, then yes, speeds would be limited. You wouldn't be able to go through red lights properly. All kinds of restrictions. Absolutely. 96 people? Not enough. That's not enough. Turkish Truck Simulator. There are a lot of interesting designs that the Turkish players use, yeah? It's 159. Fully 159. We are not in 159 though. But full version of it is out. Coach. No. Coach DLC not yet. Where's this? Ooh, Greece. Okay. I have not been on this road yet. Ooh. Very nice DLC, by the way. Very nice. Would recommend. The newer the DLC, the better it looks. Greece looks lovely. Especially when driving by the coast. Good design, 0 driving skills. Can't have everything. Next Aza said, hey, it was on the spin the wheel for the festivity thing we did last week. I say festivity, it wasn't that special. It was nice. It was on the spin the wheel, it didn't get spun. So, 4 people on the site about a week ago, but the reports are still hanging. They will be looked at because they don't time out. But yes, it can take a while. There is now a feature on the website that tells you... I'm waiting for the other one to appear because they didn't do any harm yet here. That tells you roughly how many have been done in the last 24 hours or something. Hosey game. I do want to play that again. I want to check it out to see if the strange, I would say bug, but maybe not bug, we encountered. It fixes itself. Because I was on the level where I had to take up all the floorboards of the previous floor, and I felt that some of the old ones fell underneath where I poured the new ones onto it. And I can't take up the new ones. So you had to throw away all the old ones, and I didn't have enough to throw away. Something like that. I don't know if Ashley's still lurking. I think I suggested the game. That kind of game I would love to see other people play. Use their design skills on that. Again, why did they get reported? Nothing happened there. Because you went in between the two others? Upgrade your PC. I would like to. I would like to at some point. The goal is there, but it's a very far out goal. You know. Yeah, I don't know the 1 or 2 DLCs thing. Welcome over, by the way. I was still thinking of what to answer for that. I think one would be Nordic, because you've got plenty of roads to drive in. It would certainly take you a lot of time to do that. What would the second one be? What? Maybe, I don't know. By that time, I'd have to assume that I'm already using a Scania. So maybe the Scania tuning pack? Or if, if I liked a particular type of cargo, then maybe a cargo pack. Yeah, if you were to go for 2 maps, sure, but wouldn't you want to upgrade your vehicle a bit as well? Unless you're one of those that drives everything all the time. Every job you swap truck. Only map expansions. Still Nordic, and that's tough. Could be West Balkans, because that area it has a lot of roads and they're often quite close together. So either West Balkans or Greece, that sort of area. You could do Scandinavia and Nordic to make the two consistent and work together. Scandinavia is nice, but it is a bit old, and there are places that look better. You go with Spain. Iberia is nice. People complained that Iberia had too many highways on it. Best server where you only need the base game. All of TMP servers you can play if you only have the base game. Pro mods is the one where you need pro mods for it. Keep that guy in mind. Okay. Do you not have any awareness of someone crashing in front of you? It's because you didn't see the people come around the corner yet, right? You kept up your speed, not really braking too much. Now you were braking. Come on, man. Come on, man. Slow down. Maybe they didn't want to brake too much because there is a person behind them. And they didn't want to freak them out, maybe? Several thoughts at the same time. They might have wanted to try and merge behind that double one, hence they went over like that. No, it's not the back tandem fault, it's the car that hit them. I'll have a look at the car. The fault lies with the car that swerved. This car. The car hit the black tandem. You can barely see it. Like that. That's why he stopped. That's why he stopped. Because he got nudged. Like that. And he got sent into the fence a bit. Luckily not too much damage. Likely turning around to try and see the person. Yeah, it's just a panic. When someone gets hit, they want to turn around, they want to see who did it. Because they might be filing a report. That kind of thing. You can't expect someone to like know what exactly to do in about 2 seconds. So the one that swerved, you could benefit of the doubt that because of the panic of the situation. Maybe. Because this one got bonked. Definitely. That one did what the logging one should have done. If you're thinking of them doing it from, you know, this one merged in front and then slowed down enough. This one wanted to do that, but realized they were probably going too quick still, so they swerved back out again. And I think by then they realized it was too late. Just too late. Definitely weak brakes. So you know what I mean? You want to side with them to say like, oh, well, there's a bit of a boo-boo. I understand maybe what they were doing, but also silly. But, you know. Benefit. What road is this? CD. CD Road. Cali Duisburg Road. It's nice to see you fully analyze every report. I try to. I don't want to act too quickly because then I won't understand it. And I'm explaining it to stream as if I'm trying to teach you something. I'm not a teacher. The person being banned will not hear my voice in the report. It can be heavy. Yeah, it can be quite heavy. But it was the car's fault. Nordic or Balkan, what did you choose? I think it would be Balkan or Greece. No, sorry, yeah, West Balkans or Greece. Both are very nice. All down here, because all of this is Greece down here, and you've got the islands as well, which are all very, very nice. And in West Balkans, there's just this clump down here. Because this is beyond the Black Sea. No, that's beyond the Baltic Sea. Road to the Black Sea. God, I keep getting those too confused. Beyond the Baltic Sea is the one at the top. Road to the Black Sea is the bottom one. Same as my Great Utopia that I keep saying. I have all the DLCs, yes. Greece is Greece. I know, right? It's not included. It's part of the... They could have called it... If they did a few areas around there, like adding Crete as well. Not Crete. Yes. And Cyprus, that kind of area. They could have called it the Asian... Asian something. A-E-G-E-A-N. Not Asian. Asian. Hey, why did you flip? What was that? I was looking at this one. Well, yeah, you were doing a lot of overtaking there. What the flunk? What the flippity flunk? Concrete. Heart of Russia. It's not out yet, so technically I can't own it, Mr. Pastor. It's in my wish list, though. It's been on my wish list since 2021. Still there. Cyprus is in promos, yes, but not as an official thing. We're thinking of official things. Well, yeah, but Batty, it's not, because the Greece is out. You know, Cyprus, the ownership of Cyprus is contested. Maybe that's why. Between Turkey and Greece. And somewhere else, maybe. 2018? No, it's not out. Heart of Russia's not out. And us, of course. Space had a red car with a caravan. I think I expected a red car, but not a caravan. No. Coaches are not in TMP. The DLC is also not out for the coaches. I am also eagerly awaiting that. And when it is out, I will absolutely be driving them. But they're not out yet. Moderator? Yes. Part UK as well? Well, that's just part of our thing, you know? We just own everything. From Steam. No. No, it's not out. A certain something in 2022 stopped it from happening. It was unveiled and planned in 2021-ish and added to the store at that time. They had it so good to go, almost out. And then, you know, and 4 years later, still no. What does SES think of TMP? They are fine with us. Oh, this, yeah. I forgot what I reported this for. The war, yes. They're not, like, connected to us in the sense of we're not an official multiplayer. They know what we're doing. They appreciate the player base. It was the lag back. I saw the lag, and then there was a delay, and then they went in the floor. That's why I was confused. That was, you know. So if a certain something were to end, and then they might reconsider it, they may have to go back and update it, because in 4 or so years their skills have improved. So by that time the DLC might be out of date. Who knows? Almost overworking. Hold on. You need every map DLC? No. For this server, if you only own the game itself, you're still able to play. Again, what's with the thing of trying to keep up? Yeah, they cut you off. What are you doing trying to keep up with them? Just slow down a bit and then they won't keep hitting you. That was lag. And then it just went wrong. Over worrying. Wooden chair. It's not a chair. That'd be a very large chair if it was. I'm standing up. Working it occasionally. Maybe. Same approach as Rockstar did with 5M. Does that mean they employ me? Can I be employed? Can I get paid for this stuff now? Holy moly. We had this question several years back. People like to ask it as a funny thing. If TMP were to be sold, how much? How do people value things like that? What is TMP worth? Nothing. What some people would say. Worthless. Stupid project. What road are trucks on? But not like 100 trucks. Frankfurt to Prague is a nice road. Go there. Milan to Zurich. You can go there. Bid 12, 50. Any increase on 50? Dallas? Is your network? There, the game is laggy a little bit. If there's too many people, it's laggy. That's why the frames look quite... But this took you so long to report that. It was this. The bridge on the CD? Which bridge? The one approaching Rotterdam? Never mind. That always happens, doesn't it? They thought they were in front. This one is still speeding up to the point where they're the same speed, and then they just sort of cut them off, really. You were silly, though, for merging in front. Like that. And that was before the lag wall as well. Reckless. It's the drivers that are doing it. The drivers are the bad ones. Why does it not show the songs playing? Is it not connected to Spotify? Is that why? Can I check that? Oh yeah, I need to reconnect Spotify to it. Hold on a moment. Has it done it? There we go. Probably when it broke the other day and Folk and everyone else was complaining about it. Probably why. Playing with a shifter more lag? No, you shouldn't have any more input delay on a shifter than whatever input delay you'd normally have. When's the update coming? Don't know. What's your name? When you were saying that Spotify was having problems, I don't know when the thing of the song command stopped working, so... Ooh... Is this the bridge you meant? This is the bridge. I completely forgot as well. There's a massive bridge here. Explain situations like this to the players. We have that on the TMP official socials. There are a few meme-styled videos where they try and break down some situations and explain them. Problem is, people that need to see that won't watch it, though. And I hope that sometimes my explanations will help people understand stuff, but again, the people that need to hear it won't listen to it. So, any servers in Asia? There is, or was, a Singapore server, but not many people are on it. Long truck? No. Yes. Were you the one that was showing off the long line Scania? Probably. Slide into appeals, we should. Official things to reference. Please look at this guide, and it links to the video instead. Hold on, Chad, hold on. Smart, going this way. Oh, I see what you mean. It was this bridge, because there's a lot of people here. I see what you mean. Traffic. Wait a minute. Summon it, right. Legacy, thank you for the gift. What is that? That looks cool. Long line in TMP? I don't know about that. It's not in the game itself. Kinda needs to be in the game itself. Favorite chunk? Scania. Next gen Scania is my go-to. I can answer that question instantly. Yeah, that's it. Just keep going. Keep going. That's it. Steady, steady. Keep going. Keep going. Lovely, lovely. Not a problem. You're doing your own thing. Off-road counts as overtaking. Well, it kind of does. You're still passing the traffic, even though you're not on the road. No, I wouldn't count it as nothing. You know? Has it been resolved then? Hold on, let them actually spawn in. Maybe, because there are more over here. The Google form a long time ago. That would have also been a thing that I had on the list of things to do. I need to do that at some point. One pig. One pig. And then these few people. What do these ones do? That one as well? Pig. Cat pressed W and you crashed. Can you prove that your cat did that? How do we know your cat did that? Maybe you pressed the cat's paw on the W key. How do we know that? Give you my cat. Can your cat explain in a series of meows what happened? We might accept that. Maybe. If anyone speaks cat in the team. What's happening to CD? It's being revamped into some highways. See, these two do the same thing, but not as far. As far. Kinda had the same idea, though. Yeah. No, okay, they were just doing it over time. Okay. Because there's the suspect again. Skipping along. It's these two. Skip along a bit more. To the end here. So you're both doing the same thing. And then there was another one. This one. There's so many. I mean, have a special name. Name for the role, or you mean individual names? Longest man you can do, permanent. Technically. Longest non-permanent? Quite a while. Quite a while. Coloured names, yes. Yeah, we have coloured names based on the roles. Yes. If we are, quote, logged in. And our group name is toggled. Yeah, unfortunately, Pele, not many people there, you see. We need to have more people there. Frankfurt to Prague. If you're in the stream, go to Frankfurt to Prague. Frankfurt to TMP HQ, even. Wait, not bang him. It's a report. I'm reviewing what this person did in the report first. So yes, you're overtaking. Now we look at this one. Each one has their own POV. That if I link them all together, I don't want one person to say, yeah, that wasn't me, because they saw a different person at the start of the report. So it's those two cars already. Oh, it's already been there. This one may not count then, because you only moved a bit. Like that's not much. That one, yes. That one, yes. Two cars, yes. This one bailed on it. I remember. This one sort of gave up and they just parked over here. Good. And this one already did, right? Yes. Cool, done. Wanted to downgrade. Last time you downgraded it, updated an hour later. I don't think it'll be an hour later, but the update is probably soon, given that it's been over a week and people are saying, oh, it could be any day now, or it could be tomorrow, you know. Yeah, Sky, don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Because there's no consistency on, when this happens. There is, I guess, kind of. So there's a DLC releasing tomorrow. The Illinois DLC. After that, there's nothing else they're waiting for. You have 2 in-game versions. You have a truck that came out today, which doesn't take long to support at all. And a DLC. If it's after the release tomorrow, bear in mind the DLC releases evening time tomorrow. That means it may not be supported and updated tomorrow, though they have updated in the evenings before. This is why I'm not giving a consistent answer, because it's been various things all the time. And I don't know, because I'm not the dev. A Bulbo, 2 AM. That would be funny. Whenever it is, I will have to tell the people on the TikTok specifically, it's out. Oh my god, it's out. I'll spam, I'll be like, 159 is out. Update, 159. Ding, 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 ding. Update game, update. Go new CD, go, 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 go. So everyone else should know and they'll pay attention. It's just some of the TikTok users do not. Oh, little hit of the trailer there. Whoa. Oh, well done. They stopped, which caused them to, you know, that bit's different. It's the overtake that went by the thing there, yeah. Are you capable of understanding, at least to some extent, the bad words truckers use? In Turkish, yes. In Russian, no. I do not know any of the letters of the Cyrillic languages. Check. No, other than the 5-letter word beginning with K that the Czech people and the Polish people use that are very similar. Update is not out, no. What was that? What was that? I'm aware of the Turkish ones because they are said so often that we pick up on what they mean. That's how you learn any language, really. Just absorb it and then you pick it up. Genius. TPRK is teleport to repair and kick at the same time. That's used the most. If someone is merely blocking and they're just sort of sitting there, maybe TP. There are indeed some very bad things being said, yes, and it's best to be reported so that someone in that language can understand it. I don't speak any other languages fluently, so I wouldn't be the one you go to, but we have many Russian, Turkish, all over Europe in the team. So they'd be like, yes, they said this. Head-eye tracking a VR. I have the Tobii eye tracker. I have never used a VR, so I would side with head tracking. There is what I jokingly call a VR mode, where if you enable basically everything on the Tobii, it moves in all axes in the same way that a VR headset would. It's just not on your face. So I say it's close enough. Similar. Here. Update release? Not yet. Kablam! Intentional much? Not even a hint of braking. Boom, like that. Didn't work. If that was a higher ramp, you might go over the top. Why would you try that? Don't do that. And with that, we're done. Maybe. What happened here? Are we done? Maybe we're done. Please be careful. Arab mods Maybe, not that I'm 100% aware of. We have so many people in the team that join and leave all the time. I'm not aware. I don't know. Okay, I think we're done. Breathe, we're done. Please take off the rule that your 4th ban is a month. Why? Are you on that ban right now, or are you approaching that ban length? What about your 5th one then? Would the 5th become 1 month? Or would it stay at 3 months? Typing. As the name suggests, there are ways that the bans work. A lot of the bans, though, are placed based on what you think would be a logical thing to punish for, if that makes sense. So, oh, 2 people hit each other. Oh, this person didn't yield correctly at an intersection based on European road laws. That sort of thing. If you've been banned before. If you've been banned over X amount of years ago, I think that's what they use in some recent applications. Years and years ago, it used to be no bans at all. Then they had bans over a certain duration ago. I'm not sure what it would be. Next time it opens, pay very close attention to what it says. Certain age, usually, things like 16, maybe a certain number of bans. If you are recently banned, then the button will be grayed out. You won't be able to press the button to begin with. Ever. Everything will die eventually. Do I think it will die soon? No. Oh. It's showing no sign of dying at the moment. Braking on the corner. Braking on the corner didn't really work. The road was wet and you couldn't steer. That's not an excuse. Slow down before the corner then. If it's raining, why are you going so quickly into a corner when it's raining? You can tell though, because they are slowing down slower. You still need to slow down before the corner though. Their appeal is going to be explaining the same thing. If it's raining, go even slower. 5 years? I cannot predict what happens in the next 5 years. If I could, I'd probably have a lot more money. Because I'd also predict winning money at some point. I'd be rich. 12 months with no bans. GM would be stricter though. Well, there are core application things, which basically mean, you know, the ability to want to do this and this, certain age, things like that, you know, and then there are role specific ones as well, obviously. Almost. So, brake before the corner. Stop market? Absolutely. When do I know? I will look at it after the stream. I blinked and I missed that. I'll look at it after the stream and accept. There's no like requirements for anything. You will literally get an accept thing and you won't even get a message. I don't reply to it at all. It's just boom, accept, welcome. If you mean on Truckee, if you apply to Truckee. Spend a specific time in the game as a mod. Whenever you're free, it's a volunteer thing. Though if you slack and you don't do anything, maybe that's a problem. Because then what are you doing on the team? You know? Oh! Who'd have thought that when you don't put... Oh, hang on. Admin, did you miss what happened behind them? When you... I forgot what I was saying. Never mind. It's gone. The thought is gone. Ah. This one. Didn't see that. Slacker. Come on. Well, you need to join a team. Whenever the application's open, there are some open at the moment, aren't they? You will have to read it and find out. Cannot talk or chat. As in, you cannot open the chat? Does the button not work? Yeah, okay. If you are in... Oh, it disappeared for them. Hold on. Sometimes people disable their own chat, so if you've pressed F11, it turns off everything. Does F9 still turn off just the chat, or does that not do anything? If you also press F1 while you're in free cam, you won't be able to return to your vehicle unless you press F1 again. Does that make sense? Splat. Like that. Tried F9 doesn't do anything. Is it F11? Are people's names still on? Because F11 does all of it. Everything. It used to be F9 does chat, F11 but does usernames and such. And then also, if I go over here, you can now see that the tree is not moving. But, you know, it pauses for if I were to go into another menu or something. And if you're in free cam, you wouldn't know that it's paused, because it doesn't show on the screen. If you're in your vehicle, it will show up paused in front of your, you know, is it that? Could it be that? Have you tried restarting your game? Is it a thing you've had a lot of? I'm asking you a lot of questions here. Hola, ATT, welcome in. Bring back the old navigation. Navigation was nice. It looked nice. Yeah. Single family homes or apartments? Depends on where. A lot of things here are not affordable. It's not affordable. There's a handful of them, but they're not affordable. Can hear others talk and text, but you can't do it. Well, with talking physically with your voice, you need to set that up in the sound settings. And then you press X to do that. And then, of course, Y is to open the chat there. So I'm assuming when you press Y, nothing happens. Interesting. How can they find out? Magic. I'm not the one that goes around chasing people for slacking. I'm just a mod. I'm not a manager. It's not my thing. R is for chat. Box doesn't show up. You might have changed it. I have a feeling you're thinking of the in-game chat, which is used for Convoy. Right? Chat activation. It's this one, yeah? That's for Convoy settings. If you've rebound that to Y, in TMP it's still, rebound to I, it's still Y in TMP. Another person did, see? Oh my god, man. Another one. I'm just trying to explain something. So yeah, if you changed it to a different key, that's still for the Convoy servers. If you play on TMP, it's still Y. So try Y. How's your day been? It's been nice. How are you doing? Ban all girls. You think girls can't play this game? There's loads of girls that play this game. What's wrong with that? There's girls that truck in the real world as well. Don't want girls in your manly trucking game? Yes, Convoy and TMP are different. Convoy is the built-in multiplayer. TMP is a third-party separate multiplayer. So the controls will be different. So if you said you rebound chat to something else, in TMP that rebind key doesn't work. It doesn't apply to TMP. Oh, that was just by you. Okay, no one, like, you know, calls that. Gotcha, gotcha. Whoa, hello. $11 versus $10? They're very similar. Very similar. I don't really know what full advantage one has over the other. Discover the channel, welcome in. What mods? The heads-up display is a feature that's built into TMP. It is not a mod, even though there is a mod similar to it on the Steam Workshop, if you want to go and find it. Yeah, push to talk is X. Which is also, I think, the default key that Convoy uses, right? That might be why you're confused. Yeah, push to talk X. But again, all of these keys, these are for Convoy, these aren't for TMP. TMP's keybinds, unless you're digging into the files somewhere, you can't change. There's no menu to change it. Sadly. Since 2017, you've been a big fan. I appreciate that. Enjoying Twitch scaling? Welcome in, Ismail. Yes, different POV. Different POV. Is it possible to save edit a truck paint job on a car? No. I believe it'll kick you for having the wrong component on the wrong vehicle. You can't put truck things on cars and vice versa. That's all. I do edit my own, yes. I'm picky. I don't want someone else doing it. And I'm not paying someone else to do it either. So I did them all myself. Hello, Juice. Welcome in. We were just ranting and discussing and not ending stream. I was gonna. Shifty, big fan. Doggo, welcome in. Pagey, Shadow, Shed, how you doing? Another bonk or something happened there. Every time I look away, something happens. So I'm gonna look away and tab out. Enjoy the scenery, because I'm not looking in game right now. Nope.